Morning guys, and welcome to another video. If you've got veneered boards, oak veneer, pine veneer, any veneered MDF or chipboard, anything like that, and you want to sort of make them all look like they're uniform, then it's best to stand them all up, flip them round, change the faces round, turn them upside down. You need really good light as best as possible, and that's why I've got them in the spray room. And we'll just right at the top where the hinges are going to go before we bring them back into the workshop, shaker them up, turn them over effectively, and drill the hinges. Alright, so now we've marked all our doors out. We've marked one, which I'll just take into the workshop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each at the top of every door, on each corner where I know I'm going to be hinging at the back, we're going to be bringing one in. So we bought one in already. Row is back to front, but it'll be 1 top H. So H means that when we flip it over, we're hinging this side at the back, so we can't get it wrong. So what we're going to do is pick up our strips. These have all been pre-prepared. They've been sanded and trimmed and ready to go down. So what we're going to do is place them down, just see how they go as a dry run. If you see here, we've got all our rails. 150 for the bottom, 110 for the middle, 65 for the top. So I'm going to pick bottom rail. You see these little rounds, micro rounds done on the router. So these have already been prepared. These edges have been sanded up, arrows taken off, all sanded. Sawn cut is going to go at the bottom because we're going to be sanding that up once the door's been glued up, but the trimmed edge up. So this is the bottom of the door, as you know. Middle rail, this has been trimmed both sides, and we're going to be facing that, like that. This is what we're trying to achieve, 6 doors, and the customer specified that we put the add-on strips rather than doing it the traditional way, because it's slightly cheaper in this way, but you still get the nice effect of a shaker door. I personally like this way better because you're starting with a nice door blank which doesn't twist, doesn't bow. There's no joints on this panel to open up and expand. You know, it's a solid MDF panel with veneer on the top, stays stable for life, basically. So here we go, so we put the middle rail down, and we're going to be coming up 1 metre from the underside of the door to the top of the rail. And that is my preferred height because I test when I'm opening the handle. It's about 950 for me, which means I want to put the handle around this area here. So I say, okay, my rail is about 110. Come up 1 metre, back down again, we're around 950 for the knob or the handle, in line with the rail. And then we're going to have another one at the top. So we're going to have the trimmed edge down, our prepared edge down, that goes in between as well. And the way we're going to be fixing this is with a nice good quality PVA. On this particular time I'm going to use pins because we've got some wax that will cover the holes and you don't even notice them. It's a little bit quicker as well, we can use the air compressor. About 8 or 9 pins on this run, 3 pins here, probably 3 pins here. And on this one we'll probably do 2 pins, 2 pins, 2 pins. And so we don't put the pins in where the hinges are going to be drilled out on the other side, we've got a pinch rod. So a pinch rod is a length of wood, which is just a bit of scrap. You draw on the lines on, so we wrote bottom, 1 hinge is going on this line, 1 hinge is one of those. We're doing 2 different heights doors, so that's why we've got 2 lines. So 1 hinge is 100mm down. So basically, we put this next to it so we don't put pins around this area, because ultimately that's where we're going to be drilling the hole out the back. Right, so here's a demonstration. We've already pinned 1 stile on. You can see the overhang's left there to be cut. Turn them over. As you can see a mark here. Pencil, nice light pencil mark. I've come up from the bottom of the door all the way up to the top 1 metre, and the same at the bottom to there. So when I glue this one and put it on, I can find those lines straight away. So what I'm going to do is put them all together, make sure I'm gluing the back. And then just the fine bead of glue, I don't want it squidging out because I've got to put Osmo oil on this door. Okay, so we've got 3 ready there. We've got my pin gun ready here, 15mm pins inside, no bigger than 15 because the total thickness of the door is 18. By the time the pin is sunk, 2mm, you still have enough clearance, it's not going to poke out the other end. Make sure the sanded edge is on this, the inside face, pointing inwards. There we go, make it flush with the door, but give it a little wobble, just a little wobble, just to push that glue down. There we go, make sure your shoulder's nice, flush here. And then, so there's some bangers coming now. So I'm going to get one in each corner. Make sure it's lined up. Now it's not going to move, then I can just do another 2. Should be wearing goggles, yes I know, but bad habits die old, should I say then. Alright, so middle rail, going up to that line before I push it down. And up against this line, give it a little wobble, not too much because I don't want the glue squidging out. Get that shoulder nice, because that's important. Still up against my lines. I think I'm only going to go for 3 on this. Make sure it's still lined up. Bit of pressure. 3. Top bum. So make sure you get the sanded edge in. Up against your stile. Flush at the top of the door, give it a little wobble, using your finger as a guide. Go, 3 on this too. The ends first, then the middle. Okay, so these will all get filled with wax. So what we're going to do is flip this one over now. Keep it in line with the bottom so we know where the glue is going to go. Especially at the top, because we don't want to put glue where the overhang is going to be cut off. Once you've done that, turn it round and get the glue on your door. Like I said, the oil won't penetrate through the glue otherwise. Use your fingers as a guide. Find the end of the door, make sure you hit it up against your top rail. Push down against the middle rail. Give it a little wobble again just to squidge that glue down a little bit. Pressure down. Right, there we go. Line up at the bottom. Double check there's still pins. Yeah. And then just one right at the bottom. Go to your next rail. Flush there. And then work your way back again. Put the pressure down. I don't want to put too many pins in. Do I need another one there? It's about 300mm spacing. Got a hinge there, so I'm not going to put a pin there. I'm not going to put one there. So now we've pinned all the strips on to make it look shaky. It does look nice, doesn't it? Like I said, there's 2 different techniques of making these doors. This is the quicker method, and hardcore joiners will say this is not the way to do it, but it's quick, the doors are stable, they stay flat compared to any other methods. So all we need to do is get our square these lines across with a pencil, cut those off. This is nice and flush here, these are all flush, so all they're going to be done is edged, and then we'll fill all these holes with some brown wax. Once that's done, we'll give it a quick sand with 240, trim these edges once more with a micro round on our cutter, and then you're ready for oiling. Okay guys, well, hope you found that useful. See you in the next video. Bye bye bye.